Don't let her eat the tree, Melody. Yeah, probably not a good idea to let her eat the tree. Due to the fact that we want the trees to keep living. All right, let's see. The live shut off, so I'm reliving. We'll see if it works. Hey, kitty. Which one is that? Is that Sphinx? That's Sphinxy. Hi, Sphinx. Yeah, this cat is not. She's gone. She is done. Hi, Danetta. We'll see if this works. Kayla Hall. Okay, I don't know what was going on with my live before, but I don't think it was working. I found it. Um, do you need help getting back on? Okay, but that's what horses always want to do. Um, hi everybody. Welcome to Big John and Friends Live. Zoe, hello. So Melody, as a lot of you know, Melody sold her chickens and bought a bridal for Rosie. So today is the very first day. So, you know, I know everybody's gonna judge me because not everybody, but I know there's people that are gonna judge me learn because she's got a bridle in and she's chomping on the bit. It's you can tell she's used to it and you can tell she is doing 3,000 times better with the bridle and bit. It's not a harsh bit. This is like, believe me, we did our research. This is like the tamest, best bit we can get for her and her kid. Her kid is used to handling a 1,200-pound horse, so it's a little bit different. Yes, she is. She handles Moo all the time. That's what she's used to riding. She's used to riding Moo, and now she's riding Rosie. She's also used to riding with a halter. So I'm teaching her to have soft hands, but oh, it takes time, and you don't learn it overnight. But she's doing good. If I saw aggressiveness on the bit, we would take a timeout. But she's not aggressive with her bit. She's not. Uh, she she's really good. So um, her hands are pretty soft. So okay, are you wanting this to be tied? Why don't you hold this? We're just gonna have to get you some looped reins because these are not gonna. Nope. These aren't gonna stay tied very well, but you need what they call loop reins. So this is Rosie. Rosie came from a kill pen. This is Rosie's first time with us having a bridle on. The kids have ridden her, but they usually ride her in a halter with a lead rope. And she's a good girl, but she stops to eat a lot, and it's hard for them to work with her because she has gotten used to a halter. Now putting this in, immediately her behavior has changed, and she's extremely responsive to what they're asking her to do. Melody's used to riding Moo, and Moo's a big boy, so this is a huge change for her. She's used to riding a very big horse. I'll help you up. Still needs a little help up. All right. So move your hands up on the reins a bit. Yep. And then gently. Yep. Gently pull. Great. And yep. Ask her to move forward. All right. Yep. So yep. Anytime she decides to stop, if you want her to keep going, just gently pull up on the reins. Okay. And kiss her forward and give her a little nudge with her feet, and that'll let her know that you want her to move. Good job. Okay. Keep going. Very good. Try to keep your feet down. Yeah, your legs down a bit. When you have a saddle, it'll help you sit better. Put your legs down a little bit. Yep, there you go. And sit back on your butt. Yep. Okay. Pull her up. Yep. You don't be afraid. You can pull her up. I know you like to let her eat grass, but you can ask her to go. There you go. Good job. Okay, pull towards your pocket though. Don't pull up. Don't pull up when you ask her to turn. Pull towards your pocket like you're putting something in your pocket. That's the way you should pull your rein, like this. Very gently towards your pocket. And that'll put the right pressure on her face and ask her to turn for you. So try pulling towards your pocket. Putting something in your pocket. There you go. Yep, like you're putting something in your pocket. All right. This is a work in process. I remember my instructor teaching me these things and the turning with putting something in your pocket took me forever. Still have to remind myself of it. Good job, Mel. Here's James. James is fixed now. He's a fixed kitty. He got fixed earlier this last week, and he's doing great. He recovered from surgery really well. If anybody's wondering about little James, there you go. All right. So her birthday is coming up, and the next thing I think she's gonna want for her birthday is a saddle, which Rosie is so good with this. She's kind of trotting out. She's getting more comfortable. Yeah, Rosie is very good. She truly is. She's a pony and wants to eat grass out here, but how can we blame her? The horses do it all the time too. They just want to eat. So she of course wants to eat, but um, you know, kids have to start somewhere, and this these ponies are so her and Little John are both fantastic. Well, sometimes Little John. But Rosie, the other thing she really wants, her reins don't connect here. So I tied them together, but she wants like loop reins. I think they call them barrel reins. They're shorter and they're a loop. I think that's probably reasonable. I had to cut these down shorter for Rosie anyway, but I think getting some looped ones would make it a little easier for her. Oh, everybody's been busy. Oh, please, 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 please take your uneducated negative comments somewhere else. I'm she a good girl, isn't she? Don't tell me what to do with my kids. Go away. Somebody boot Felicia. No, nope. I'll throw a shameless plug for have your kids get to know horses, ponies before they ride. Have them build a relationship. Then you're not freaking out about wearing a helmet and freaking out about riding and worrying about an accident because you haven't taught them the correct way to get to know a horse first and build a relationship and then ride. If you do it correctly, there's a lot less risk involved in riding. Do you ride? Do you put on a helmet when you go in your car? Because the odds of you getting hurt when you get into your car and go for a drive are 10 times more likely than her riding this horse. I guarantee you. Better put your helmet on before you get in your car. I don't need a helmet. I got a cowboy hat. She says she doesn't need a helmet. She has a cowboy hat. That's one person's opinion. Some people are must wear a helmet, must wear a helmet, must wear a helmet. Now, in my experience, I put a helmet on. I personally put a helmet on because I had a riding instructor who had liability issues, and she was die hard. You have to wear a helmet. Do you know how many accidents almost happen? Because I can't freaking see that way, and I can't see. They're annoying. They're getting away all the time. They're bouncing around on your head, and mine fit correctly. It's just annoying. It was always distracting to me to ride with a helmet. I couldn't stand it. My kids have helmets. They've ridden with helmets. They don't like them either for the same reason I don't. They become more of a distraction, and they're more annoying, and they're more frustrating, and they're worse because you can't see as well. And I like my kids to be aware of what's going on around them so that they can correctly work with their horses. And with a helmet, it's very hard to do that. I also, like I said, we start from the ground up, and they've gotten to know their horses and built a good relationship with their horses. Yes, accidents can happen. I get it. I argue that you take more of a risk getting into your car than she does getting on her pony. Life doesn't come with helmets. And like I said, everybody everybody has their own personal opinion, what they think is right and what they think is wrong. And I understand you are able to verbalize your opinion because this is America and it's a free country. But I'm just giving you guys my take on it and why I don't do it. And I understand why there's people that are like, no, I would never do that with my kids. If they go to lessons, the instructor absolutely makes, if they go to any kinds of lessons with their ponies or horses, the instructor makes them wear a helmet. But here at home, I do not. You're gonna do a little ride in? Or are you, oh, you're braiding her hair? Oh, she's gonna be fancy lady.
Yeah, I tried to do her tail once. It was
Here,
all
Miss
nice.
Rose. You go, girl. Also, also, to answer the question about the, she's too big. No, she's not. Not at all. Um, she doesn't even look too big. Um, for this pony. She's not too big at all. There's a 20% weight limit, and that's with tack. So her and her tack have to be 20% or less of the weight of the pony. She doesn't even, she's not close. She's not close. And she has no saddle on. She's riding bareback. So there's no saddle to add to that weight. But she's not, she's not close to being too big for this pony. I've seen people too big for, I advocate against that kind of thing. So I've seen it. I've watched it. I've watched the kill pens. I know what it looks like. She came from a kill pen, and people were riding her that were way too big. Adults my size were riding her in a kill pen. I don't agree with that. I think it's wrong. But I know for a fact she's nowhere close to the weight limit with little Rosie. With little Rosie. Yeah, yeah. But people have to come in there and just find something to judge. All right. And you can also give her a little click, like, or, yep, you can, or you can say, I like to say walk. Anytime we start walking, I tell the horse to walk, and then they get used to that command. And then sometimes, like Norman, you just have to say walk, and usually he'll just start walking because he knows that that's his command to walk.
Hopefully she does that because sometimes, like if I'm like whenever I stop with her and I'm adjusting the reins, she says she wants to go and she runs. Yeah, the one time I
Yeah,
caught
she really is a good size for Rosie. And to be honest, she's like taller, so sometimes it looks different when they're taller. But she's not not she's not too big. Um, she's just not. You guys are right. She fits her very very well. So after Melody grows out of Rosie, um, the next I have two more kids that will ride her. If if so, be right now she's a senior, but she's a very healthy senior. Um, she's a healthy pony. She came from a kill pen. She was not healthy and not well when we got her. We've been feeding her. We've been taking good care of her. The kids have been building a relationship with her, spending time with her, and she's taken a turn for the better. She really looks good, um, and she's very, 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 very broke. Her life before here was with the Amish for many, many years. They had 8 children, and I guess all of their children learned to ride on Rosie. So she is very, very, very broke. She's a very good pony. She's not spooky. She's not naughty. She doesn't. One time she bucked, but she
her.
doesn't usually
That was
buck,
because Ava
kick,
pulled on the
bite.
reins and wanted her to stop, and then she you pull
Yeah,
on the reins and then
she
she
has.
stops at
Thank
the
you,
hill and
Zoe,
then
for
you
saying
walk.
so. Um, all right, so keep the reins like up a bit higher if you don't want her to stop. Yep. And then, but don't pull on them necessarily. Only if she goes bent down, then just put a little bit of pressure on them. So try it, just a little. Yep. See, because she's good. You can also, she's yawning. You can also ask her to back up. Backing up, you pull back, but then you go, yep, there you go, there you go. See, she knows her commands because she's, look at her, she's backing up. Good. Okay, let her go. She's kind of gapping at the bit a bit. It's been a long time, I'm guessing, since she's had a bit in her mouth because after the Amish used her, they kind of dumped her out, um, and didn't use her for a while because the kids were too little and whatever. So she sat for a bit, I guess. And when she was sitting, I'm sure she grew out of practice. She has had her teeth floated and taken care of while she's been here. She's had her teeth done. Um, she's in very, very, very good health for a senior pony. And ponies can live upwards, I've heard of 40 years. So, yes, yep, yep. I've heard of a lot of ponies living into their 30s. No, I think the longest pony to ever live was 42, but ponies can live into their 30s. So Rosie could have many, Rosie's about 20. She could have many years ahead of her with good care. So we're just hoping that us giving her like good care here um, will really help. Joanne says you're beautiful, Melody. Melody says thank you. All right, you can, Melody, whenever you're done, you can bring her down. Oh my goodness, I always wanted to own a horse. Horse is so pretty. Oh, thank you. Yes, no, this is, as a kid, this is what I wanted. And I never had one. And then I went into my teen years. I always loved horses. And then when I, oh, are you letting the froggy go? Oh, Scarlet, no, Scarlet, Scarlet, don't flip it, Scarlet. You need to release it and leave it alone, please, okay? Take it and put it in the field. Gently, gently. Put it in the field, please. You have to be nice to creation. And so just put it in the field and let it hop away. You can't keep everything, Bubsy. Yep. Just leave it in there. Thank you. Yeah. No, we're going to be nice to the frog. Oh, oh, that's cool, Zoe.
Scarlet was inside painting.
Painting what? Scarlet, go ahead and put your stuff away then.
And a bunch of
Um,
Yeah, I knew she was gonna waste that.
Joanne says, beautiful girl on a beautiful pony. The frog thinks, yeah, I don't like when they try to keep wild beings. It makes me nervous. Um, no, was my childhood dream. And then um, my first horse was Norman, and I got him about 4 years ago. And I think it's so wholesome for kids to grow up with horses. They learn responsibility, trust, love, care, kindness, patience. Um, just so many things that I can teach them without horses, but being blessed and fortunate enough to be able to share my passion with them, um, it truly is a blessing. I love doing it. Um, and hi, Peter. And they're just a huge part of what we do here, and teaching them like compassion and love and care first, because these horses don't come from great situations. They come from a kill pen. Somebody gave up on them. They have issues, problems, too thin, too old. Rosie, Rosie was very thin when we got her. The vet was just couldn't believe how thin she was, and we got her, and it was going to be cold out. They come from less than. Here's my beautiful Miss Love. These are my three full-size horses. Excuse me. Two of which are from a kill pen. This is Miss Lovey. She's the mare that I have been working with and gaining her trust. She's a beautiful Arabian mare. She's a senior, and she came to me with a halter grown into her head. She's a beautiful horse. And baby, she's so responsive and likes to be around me now. Hey, honey. She loves groundwork. The other day I had a saddle on her for the first time. She's an incredibly quick learner, very responsive, and wants to um, she wants to please. Yeah, isn't she amazing? Oh, thank you guys. Oh, am I glitching? Am I still glitching, you guys? This is what happens when I come out in the pasture. I try to find a good spot. Am I glitching for everybody? So that's Levy. And I have Mr. Normandy. Normandy is my first horse. He's how I fell in love with horses right here. He's an Arabian gelding. He's 17 this year. And I still ride him occasionally, but he's mostly my daughter's horse. Um, he's my heart horse. He's amazing. Hello from Alaska Critter Cram. Nice horse. Alaska Critter Cram. That sounds like really cool. That sounds like a cool channel. I might have to check that out. Alaska Critter Cam. Really cool. This is my critter cam of sorts. My horse cam. This is Moo. Moo is still, I would say, still recovering. I found some quitting today, so I'm keeping an eye on him. Just some. He's not doing bad in the weight department. Um, and he's eating and drinking a lot. He loves his grass. This is his favorite time of day. He is. He is beautiful. And there's Miss Lovey. Careful, Miss Lovey. She's going right by the fence. The fence isn't on, but you don't want them to get too comfortable with the fence because it's not on now, but could be. He's looking good. Yes. Yes, he feels better, which is good. In fact, I could ride him. Honestly, we've had such beautiful, 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 beautiful days here. I mean, this is 70 degrees. It's perfect for riding. And I've thought about it. I just have not. I have not ridden him again since he's been sick, since he was sick. I could. I could take him out and ride him, but I've just been letting him recover, honestly, and just relax and recover. I'm not in, I do want to ride. So I shouldn't say I'm not in a hurry to ride. I would love to take him out for a ride like tonight. It would be perfect. And he would do so good because he's such a good boy. But um, please do. I have a lot of moose, bear with cubs, lynx. Oh my gosh. Alaska critter cam. I'm going to take a quick screenshot because I always say that just if I just talk to you about it, I won't remember, but if I screenshot it, I will remember because I'm going to check that out. That sounds amazing. Very cool. Alaska critter cam. I'm going to check it out. That sounds so cool. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, and Moo seems to be back to himself, but it's just the idea of he was just sick. I want to make sure he's in full recovery. I know riding sometimes and going out away from the other horses can be a bit stressful for him. I don't want to cause, I don't want to do anything that would cause him to relapse. So I try to, I'm just trying to be cautious because that was excruciatingly difficult for me and for him. It was very hard when you're sick. Hey, beauty. Oh, that sounds like such a cool channel. I love when I discover neat channels through people that'll come check out mine, and then I find one and it's just like, oh, this is so cool. It's so much fun to find fellow YouTubers, and that's something I would genuinely be interested in. Um, I love the outdoors, and I've seen a couple different videos of like it'll show like time lapses of trail cams, and I love seeing the different animals, or there'll be like a carcass out there and they'll put a camera on it and you can like watch the different animals that'll come and feed on a carcass. And it's always so interesting to me. It's like the circle of life in play. I mean, it's kind of hard to see sometimes because you're like, oh my gosh. Even like I was just watching a grizzly bear with cubs feeding on a horse. That's hard for me because I love horses, but it's also the circle of life, and I understand like that mom and that cub, they're living off of that horse, you know, and the horse is dead, but they are thriving. It's just interesting. I love it. I find that stuff so cool to watch. I love it. And I like seeing animals that we don't necessarily see here that much. Ooh, Tracy. Okay, yes, I will. Thanks, you guys. You guys are ahead of me. You guys all just got to go look at it. Now I'm like, I won't end my live yet, but I'm like, I want to see. That sounds so cool. So yes. So this is Miss Debbie. If you're new here, welcome. If you enjoy horses and horse content, I rescue. This is Lovey. We rescued her from a kill pen with a halter grown into her head. Um, she was very thin, quite nervous. You can see before pictures of her on my website at bigjohnandfriends.org. You can see the before pictures of her before when we first got her here. She had vet care, farrier care, lots of vet care, and oh, thank you, Donna Lee, sweetheart. Thank you, honey. Donna Lee, the OG, just donated to the cause. This is my first horse. This is Norman. He's not from a kill pen. Um, Miss Lovey has come a long way. And she just had a saddle on the other day for the first time. I've been doing groundwork with her. I try to get to know them and take care of their physical needs before we do any type of working to ride. And some are not fit to ride, but a lot of them that come here still enjoy getting out. This is Moo. Moo came from a kill pen. He was an Amish horse. He had a grasshopper in his head. He was an Amish horse. He was thin. He got dumped because he's too old to do a full day's worth of work with the Amish. He fits in perfectly here. I love him. My Melody, who is riding Rosie. This is her horse that she rides. He's also my riding horse. But this is 5 acres of pasture. They're in here twice a day for 2 to 3 hours. I do pasture rotation because my horses don't do well on full pasture. They have some arthritis and issues that can be inflamed, and they can really struggle if I put them fully on pasture. So I don't do that. We always have a hay net in that feeder right there at all times. We also have a salt and mineral block and fresh water for them available at all times. So at night, we bring them um, into here, and then they have a shelter with a lean-to, 2 entrances and exits for them. The minis would be Little John and Rosie. Both of them came from a kill pen. Um, Little John, who we'll meet right now, had his hooves grown out in the back. They call them elf shoes. They were about 8 inches out. My farrier has been working endlessly to help him. And we'll show your feet. Hi, buddy. Hi, sweetie. His front feet were okay, but his back feet, you can see them. They're not quite correct. He still stands on them weird. It takes a lot of time for a farrier to trim them and to work on them and to shape them correctly. If he was to do it quickly, Little John would go lame very fast. So he's very, very, very slowly, um, very slowly work to shape his feet so that eventually he will stand correctly. A vet has a vet has x-rayed his feet, and there is no reason that he should not make a full recovery. There's no rotation in his coffin bones. We don't know why they were not trimmed or taken care of. He walks 10 times straighter now than he ever has, but he still does not walk correctly. Um, but little by little, my vet is correcting it. So I do have to correct something. We thought Moo was a draft cross, but Moo is not a draft cross. He doesn't have any draft in him. He's Tennessee, no, Kentucky mountain horse cross. Isn't that insane? We thought for sure he was going to be draft. Nope, he's a Kentucky mountain horse mixed with Morgan, mixed with something else. Isn't that wild, guys? I have to go look up his paperwork, but then I can let you guys know. Oh, he's looking for a treat. And look at this. I have a treat in here. He knew I had it in here. Look at you, smarty pants. Oh, you knew I had a treat. You little stink. Oh, you are a doll. You are a doll. Oh, look at how cute you are. You are just showing off, you little cutie pie. It's so cute. So this is almost empty. So I'll have to fill up their hay bag. So this gets filled morning and night. This gets filled morning and night. And then Rosie gets extra because she's underweight. Little John here is 10 times better than he was. When he came to us, he was huge, so unhealthy. The vet just said that kind of weight on his feet is so unhealthy for him. Yeah, isn't he cute? Um, so the way I found out about Moo was I sent in a sample. You pull out a sample of their hair by the roots. It's really easy. You just pop it out and then you send it in. And then after 2 weeks, they sent me back an email and told me which breeds he was. It was so easy and so simple, and it was so nice to know. And the Kentucky Mountain Horse is a gated breed, which makes perfect sense. That's what he is most of, and he is gated, very gated. He gates when he runs and when I ride him. So it makes sense. Hi, buddy. Look at him. He's such a bigger. Are you done, honey? Okay, yeah, you can ride her down, and then we'll put her halter on. You always have the best earrings. They don't exactly match today, guys. We got the scissors here and the safety pin over here. They don't match today. I didn't care. I was like, I found a safety pin. I'm like, where the heck is the other safety pin? Couldn't find it. I'm like, you know what? You can always use like a safety pin and a scissors. So I'm just gonna throw in whatever. Um, but I'm gonna probably jump off the live fairly soon. Yep, pull her forward. Is she being a little? Yep, she's being a little sad. Ponies are. It's funny because I heard a lady say that's why you start with a pony because they kind of are stubborn and have a little attitude. And then if you can handle a pony, you can handle anything. All right. She didn't want to leave?
No.
Oh.
Like I tried to lift her head up and then she just would go around in circles and I'm
Oh. Why they have to trim their feet and shape them slowly. Okay, yes. So they couldn't just cut it all off. Sorry guys, I gotta take Rosie's bridle off. They couldn't just cut it all off at once because how did he explain it to me? He explained it to me um, um, when you like how did he explained it so good, and I'm gonna butcher this, guys. But basically, you learn to use something a certain way, right? Like if you hurt your like finger, right? You learn. Melody, can you come take this? Yeah, there we go. And try to clean it off, honey. Actually, Dad has some shop towels. He said I could take a roll of shop towels. Can you go down there and get a roll of shop towels and then tell him Mom said she's going to use the other part of the roll because he told me I could. I just forgot to get them up here. Those will be good to clean that with.
Can I put the peppermint oil on it?
Yeah, I just don't know where peppermint oil all those are. Um, do you want to take her in or do you want me to take her in? Oh, I'll take her. Oopsies. I can take her in. So basically what he said is if you hurt your finger, you learn to use your hand a different way. Come on, Rose. Here she is. Good girl. Actually, we got to give her a treat. She did such a good job. Come here, baby. All right. We got to give her a treat. Let's grab one. Minty muffin. They smell so good. Here you go, honey. Good girl. So basically, if you hurt if you hurt your like finger or your hand, you start using it a different way. And a lot of people like you keep using it a different way. And like for him, his feet had grown out so long, he was walking a different way. And if you cut them correctly right off the bat, he would go lame because he's used to walking a certain way. And if you just change the ways that he walks immediately, he won't slowly adjust to it, and neither will the other parts of his foot, and he would go lame. I hope that makes sense. So basically, they have to do it very slowly. Well, of course, his first couple of trims, they took off 2, 3 inches, which is a ton. But they worked very slowly once they started getting to where it really changes the way he walks, because he has to start learning how to correctly put weight on that foot. And the way he was walking was so crooked. If you look at I have video of when we brought him home, and the way that he was walking was so horrible. He learned to walk entirely the wrong way. And our guess is that his back feet were never ever trimmed. He's 5 years old and he had never had his back feet trimmed. So for 5 years, he was learning to walk on his feet the wrong way. And so if you take 5 years of walking the wrong way and change that in a day, you're going to cause him to go lame. Now, here with us, he has not been lame a single day. That is because of my farrier. He is incredible. He hasn't been lame. He walks funny because of um, how long they let his feet get, but he has not been lame, like where he can't move. Um, and so the process is slow, you know, and they said there's no reason he shouldn't fully recover, but they also just said he may never walk completely correct again. That is the reality of it. He may never walk like a normal horse because his feet were not properly cared for. So we hope and we pray and we just keep having his farrier come and work with him and just keep having him work on those feet. He's a very good boy for the farrier. Good girl, Rosie. They were very good today. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thumbs up. And if you haven't yet and you enjoy horse content, like, subscribe. What are you going to do?
I was gonna come here together and
Oh,
come down.
sweet victory. Cool. Um, I was going to actually work with Lovey tonight, but we'll see because we're having a bonfire. And we got the stuff for them to have s'mores, so the kids are very excited. Yoggers is in the house. Yoggers, how's it going? Melody was just out taking Rosie for a cruise. Um, and her type of cruising is pretty relaxed, but she was out. She got her out, so yes, Dawn, absolutely. It's so hard to like. My farrier he did it much smoother than I did and much faster. The way he explained it was very, very, very proficient, and I feel like I just butchered it, but I did my best. Um, and so it's sad, but at the same time, like I'm thankful that we got it after 5 years, um, and that there's no rotation. Some of the very serious things that could have been wrong with it are not, um, per my vet examination. So here's Peppa's. Here's my puppy. She's a good dog. She's a very good dog. Excellent too. Got a good one. Yep, you keep them. Yep, that's right. And some people don't like, if he has a crank, like one time Lovey was just giving him heck, and he was trimming and he got part, he got and he wanted to do, and he just said, no, I think I'm gonna be, and I just, yep, I trust your judgment. Yep, be done. And I paid him for a full trim. Why? Because he couldn't finish the trim because she was being a stinker, but he's an amazing farrier. I don't want to lose him. And technically, he did everything he could. And yeah, I just, you want to keep them. And like if I call, like I called with Norman, I thought, oh my gosh, it's an abscess. We saw some pus, a little bit of blood. We were freaking out. Ava was nervous. So I called him. He came the next day and he looked at it. No, this isn't an abscess. No, he's going to be all right. Told me what to do. He came, and that's the kind of person you want to deal with. I mean, that was such short notice, and he just came out, and then I said, what do I owe you? Oh, nothing. It's like, no. So we paid him. I paid him anyway. I'm like, no, you paid your gas money to come out here. You came out here on a moment's notice. No, I gotta pay you because I want you to keep coming here because he's so good. So I don't know what I'll ever do when I don't have him anymore. He's done amazing work with my horses, especially Little John. Little John took, I mean, the first time he trimmed Little John's feet, I completely dulled his shears. Like the shears was like it was it was I think I ruined it. I told him, I was like, do you want me to buy you a different one? Because I feel so bad because I know that my horse did it. And he's like, no, 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 it's okay. And I'll just like sharpen it up a bit. And I'm like, think, I think Little John like ruined the shears, honestly. I think he just didn't want to tell me that because I was looking at him like, those are like, because the hoof was so hard. He said a lot of people at that point will actually go get a sawzall, but he didn't want to do that. He's like, I don't want to do that, but a lot of people, that's what they'll actually do when the foot is that long and that hard and that difficult. They'll just get a sawzall. And I'm like, I get it because I've seen it done, but he didn't do that. He just dulled the crap out of his nippers. I can't believe people. Oh wait, I must have missed somebody. Did I miss a Felicia, you guys? This is where I take time and thank the people that are my moderators. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm actually going to jump out here pretty soon, but thank you guys for keeping the chaos to a minimum here. I super appreciate it because it's like you take out of your day and you take your time to come here and hang out on my channel and make sure that stupid people are punished. So I just appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate your time. Truly, it means so much to me because I like to focus on yakking, obviously, and showing my horses, and you guys are make that possible. Um, so without further ado, I'm gonna go up and fill their hay bag because they're looking at me like, "What's your problem, lady? Get going." And then I'll feed my other horses and bring them in. And pretty sure we have nothing. Yeah, we have nothing in there to start a fire or to get a fire going, but we're supposed to have a fire tonight. So I guess I'm going to be on firewood duty with this thing. And then tomorrow I should be doing a live. So look for me tomorrow, hopefully working with Miss Lovey. Everybody take care. Have a great, fantastic night. Hey, Robbie from Duluth. I pay $125 for horse trim and shod. See, I don't have any of my horses shoed. I don't have anybody with shoes on. But I pay $50 per horse to have them trimmed, and it's worth every penny. Yup, $50. So 125. I don't know. I don't even know what he charges to shoe. I've never had a horse needing shoes. Felicia, Felicia, welcome, welcome. If you hear me say goodbye, Felicia, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. There, there have been only a handful of times when a Felicia has entered the chat and I try to explain myself because we have an ongoing joke on this channel. We've been around for a little while and we do a lot of lives. And sometimes we get people that aren't very nice. And we used to call them Karens. And we had way too many Karens on here to call them Karen. So then we started saying bye, Felicia. We started to say bye, Felicia, anytime we had a jerk in here. And so all my moderators will say bye, Felicia. But we have a Felicia in here, so let's best be nice to Felicia. And I just there's just not a lot of times when a Felicia's in here. I had like eight amazing Karens, wonderful people on my channel, and so we realized Karen just wasn't gonna work to call people a Karen, so we changed it. because we thought they were far less spacious. If you really don't ride, you can get away with no shoes. And where we ride, my farrier said where you ride makes a difference too. If you're riding a lot of road riding or like riding where there's gravel or like if you're doing a lot of hard riding and just depending on the horse's hoof condition, he always tells me my Arabians have perfect hooves that will never ever need shoes. He's like these horses are like absolutely have the most perfect feet. And then the minis don't need shoes obviously, and then Moo is really has good feet. So knock on wood, knock on wood. And then cursing out loud around the kids. But okay, I got to get going because that's where the fire should be, and that's where the fire is currently not. Everybody, take care. Have a fantastic day. If you haven't, I'm gonna check out the Alaska Critter Cam. They were in here, and I'm gonna go check that out tonight. Everybody, take care. Have a great night. Felicia, Felicia, please come back. Please like and subscribe. We would love to have you back. It would be an ongoing joke. You would make everyone's day to keep coming back. Hi, Felicia, and everybody. You guys, if Felicia ever comes in the chat, you guys all got to respond with "Hi, Felicia." Like, we all got to do it. Oh, I think that's hilarious. I just don't have Felicia's. The last time I had a Felicia in the chat, I had uncontrollable laughter and she left. And I was like, she's never going to come back because I just busted out laughing. I can't even remember what the exact situation was, but it was so funny. We literally just had a Felicia episode. Someone was an absolute jerk. I was not in a good mood. And I was like, bye, Felicia. That's what we do to Felicia's. And then this girl came in named Felicia and was like, I don't even remember what she said, but oh, I felt like such an idiot, but I could not stop laughing because it was the timing was impeccable. So, anyways, um, hi, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Actually, goodbye, everybody. I know that poor girl. I did feel bad, but go get the wood. Yes. Everybody take care. Have a fantastic night. I will see you guys tomorrow.